McDonald's, Hardee's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Arby's. The list goes on and on and on. Look, we all know that fast food is becoming more and more addicting. Aren't you concerned about what's going on in your body? Are you addicted to fast foods like most of us are in this whole entire world? What's up, everybody? It's Philip Randolph, and it's 10 Minutes to Vent. And today we're going to be talking about a controversial subject like we always do, but we're going to be talking about fast food. All right? So if this is a subject that's going to make you a little bit touchy and uncomfortable, go ahead and keep scrolling because this podcast, this topic is not for you. All right? Will fast food become more addicting? Okay? That's the topic. Will fast food become more addicting? Now, in my personal opinion, I really believe that we're already here. We're in the future right now. And I honestly think that fast food, as of now, is probably the most addicting that it's ever been since I started consuming fast food. Now, I don't consume fast food like I used to, and I don't eat meat. So the fast food that I do eat, I'll be eating fries, guys. And sometimes I might eat, well, I haven't done it in a while, the Impossible Burger from Burger King. I haven't eaten that in months. I just started getting a throw up taste in my mouth.
What?
So I haven't consumed that in months, like literally probably about 4 months. It's been about 4 months, yep, since I've consumed that, and I probably won't eat it anymore. But fast food, guys, in my personal opinion, I believe like it's the addictive. This is the most addicting fast foods and processed foods have been since I started consuming. Okay. Now, for those who don't know, all of this is constructed and made like this for a reason. Okay. Now, from a business standpoint, I definitely understand. Okay. But it's very unethical the way these corporations and these businesses are basically making these fast foods and processed foods. Now, if you really want to go into depth about what's going into the foods and how these foods and flavors are made, there's a old 60-minute interview about natural flavors. Okay. And it's cliche because nothing is natural about these flavors. All these flavors are artificial. But in the 60-minute interview, it went into depth about how these scientists go to different farms and make these flavors, guys, and you'll be totally surprised.
And if you're overweight, and the chances are you are, it's probably because you eat too much of the wrong stuff. Most of the wrong stuff we eat comes in a bottle, a can, or a box, food that's been processed. Much of that food has been flavored. The flavoring industry is the enabler of the food processing business, which depends on it to create a craving for everything from soda pop to chicken soup. It is Willy Wonka and his chocolate factory as a multi-billion-dollar industry, an industry cloaked in secrecy. But recently, Givaudan, the largest flavoring company in the world, allowed us in to see them work their magic.
So definitely an aroma. The mandarin, Dancy Tangerine. Real mild though, not in your face.
These are super sniffers, super tasters.
And more bitter.
On the prowl, the special forces, first responders to the call for the next best taste.
The mandarin notes are
getting back on point. I just want to let y'all know that the fast food that we're consuming, the processed foods that we're consuming will become more and more addicting over the years, okay? I was talking to my son last week, and we always have these talks. I'm a single father, just in case y'all didn't know. We talk about different topics all the time, but I like to reiterate with him about staying in shape, making sure that he's consuming the right foods, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm not a hypocrite when I talk to him. Everything that I talk to him about, I live it so he can see it personally. And I let him know, I said, man, you're gonna have to exercise all the time. I said, I'm just being honest with you now. You might not exercise like daddy every single day, but you're going to have some type of exercise regimen, some type of workout regimen. And the reason why is because you love to eat. You love to eat. And it's okay that you love to eat, but you're going to still have to have some type of discipline when it comes to food and discipline when it comes to training and working out. All right. I said, if we go to any store, if we go anywhere in public, you can see that a large majority of people are obese. They're overweight. And the reason why is because we can say genetics, but when it boils down to it, the reason why a lot of people are overweight is because of food. We have a food problem, okay? We love to eat. We don't eat in moderation anymore. And at the end of the day, we are definitely fat, okay? We're fat. As a nation, we're fat. Maybe you're not fat, okay? But as a nation as a whole, as a U.S. nation, we're fat, okay? And a lot of this could be eliminated if we were conscious about what we're putting into our bodies, okay? Now, I'm not here to lecture you about what you should eat, what you should not eat. What I am here to talk about is fast food. How much fast food are you consuming during a week or during a day? How much processed food are you consuming during a day, during a week? Okay? All of this right here is very important, and we should be taking this into consideration. All right? Now, going back to fast foods and their corporations are only going to do what they're supposed to be doing, and that's making us come back for more, right? I'm a barber. My whole job is to make sure that my clients leave the shop with a haircut that they're satisfied with so they can come back for more, or somebody else notices them and like, yo, where did you get that from? So they can come back for more. All right. That's my marketing. My marketing via social media, my marketing being in real life. The fast food industries, corporations, they're doing the same thing. It's not their job to teach us self-discipline. Okay. It's not their job to teach us moderation. It's their job to make sure that we know what's the latest product out, right? The latest food out. And for us to come visit the storefront or the drive-thru and to buy the food. Okay. Like I said before, what I have a problem with is the unethical practices, though, right? What they're putting into the food to make the foods more addicting. And like I said before, I'm going to leave a link to the Natural Flavors interview that they did on 60 Minutes years ago. This is an old interview. And guys, well, I ain't gonna say it. Well, it is an interview, but it's a 60-minute special, and it probably was put way back in the archives because they didn't really want everybody to know about it. But it's a very, very interesting documentary to look at. Guys, what do you think? Do you think fast food is going to become more and more addicting over the years, or you think we're already there? Okay? Let me know how you feel. There's no right or wrong answers. To sum it up, guys, everybody has a food that they love to consume. All right? Me, myself personally, I love fries. I love chips. I love cakes. I love a lot of these different snacks that I talk about that we all probably put into our carts when we're grocery shopping. But there's also a term called moderation. And we should be doing things in moderation because we're all going to get old. What we eat now will affect us 10 years, 20 years, 40 years from now. Are you ready to spend that much money on a hospital bill because you can't get up and use your legs properly? Are you ready for that? Are you ready for assistance from a nurse or a home health care provider? Are you ready for that? If not, if your answer is no, just take consideration. Like, seriously, take serious consideration of what you're consuming on the daily basis. I'm not saying you can't have a snack. I'm not saying that you can't have a treat. But you should be considerate of what you're putting into your body. All right? And I know I've been using the quotation mark sign a lot because I want y'all to know this is very serious. All right? Somebody's depending on you. Somebody's looking up to you. So no matter how you feel about this subject is very serious. Okay? This subject is very serious. Fast food will become more and more addicting with the advancement of technology and science. So just know the choice is always in your hands. You don't have to be in that line. There's nothing wrong with going to the grocery store, buying some groceries, some fresh produce, and making your food, because at the end of the day, it's going to last longer and it's going to taste better and you're going to be more fulfilled. All right? Fast food only makes you hungrier, and it makes you want to get the same product over and over and over and over and over again. If you notice, these days, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, fast food lines are the longest that they ever been. The longest, we have the longest lines. I pass them all the time. And they open 24/7. A lot of the fast food places are open 24/7. Grubhub, DoorDash, they have a time going to these fast food places and picking up orders. Guys, we can do way better, all right? And we're setting an example for our children. So let's just take that in consideration. Fast food is definitely becoming more and more addictive. Please leave your comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And until the next time, make sure you like, share, subscribe so you can stay notified. And until the next podcast, I'm out.